What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got some big-time trade rumors buzzing in the air. With the NFL offseason in full swing, the Dallas Cowboys might just make some serious moves, and we're here to break down the top 10 players who could be on the move. From rising stars to surprising names, we've got Terence Steele, Damone Clark, and even the franchise centerpiece, Micah Parsons, on the trade block? Yeah, you heard that right. Stick around as we dive deep into the trade rumors surrounding these key players, potential destinations, and how this could shape the future of America's team. So, here's the deal, folks. The Cowboys are coming off a decent season, but they haven't quite gotten over that playoff hump. With the NFC East growing more competitive and the Super Bowl window starting to close, Jerry Jones and company might have to make some tough decisions. We know the Cowboys are always a headline team, and trade rumors tend to swirl around big names. But could they actually pull the trigger on a deal involving some of their younger and more promising players? Let's break down 10 potential candidates who could get traded away this offseason, with some big names that might surprise you. First up, let's talk about Terence Steele. Alright, let's start with offensive tackle Terence Steele. Steele has been solid for the Cowboys as a starter, but there's growing speculation that he could be on the trading block. Why? Well, Steele has developed into a decent starter, but with the rise of other young talent on the roster and a strong offensive line class in the upcoming draft, the Cowboys might see an opportunity to cash in on Steele's value before it potentially dips. Now, keep in mind, Steele has shown he can be a reliable blocker for Dak Prescott. But with Tyron Smith aging and the team looking to possibly upgrade at tackle in the draft, Steele could become expendable. If the Cowboys can find a team looking for offensive line depth or a reliable starter, he could be a good trade chip. Possible destinations? Teams like the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Arizona Cardinals, or the New England Patriots could all be interested in a player like Steele, who can come in and immediately compete for a starting role. If the Cowboys decide to trade him, expect a mid-round pick in return. Next, we've got Damone Clark, the linebacker out of LSU. Clark had a promising start to his rookie season, but let's be real, there's a lot of competition at the linebacker position in Dallas. With veterans like Leighton Vander Esch, Micah Parsons, and Jabril Cox already locking up the top spots, Clark's role is a bit uncertain. Now, why would the Cowboys trade away a young player like Clark? It all comes down to depth. The Cowboys could look to move him for a draft pick or maybe a veteran in a position of greater need. The linebacker market is always in demand, especially for a player like Clark, who still has a lot of potential. If Dallas wants to free up some cap space or just consolidate their roster, trading Clark could be an option. Teams like the Carolina Panthers or even the Chicago Bears, both of whom have been rebuilding, could look at Clark as an intriguing young piece to add to their defense. Look for a potential mid-round pick swap or even a player-for-player trade if they make this move. Hold on, Micah Parsons? Yep, you heard me right. The 2021 Defensive Rookie of the Year and a future All-Pro. Could he actually be traded? The answer might surprise you. Micah Parsons is undoubtedly one of the best young players in the league today, but the Cowboys' defense is stacked. With Parsons already receiving big-time recognition, and with a potential contract extension coming soon, could the Cowboys decide to move him while his value is at an all-time high? It's a bold thought, but hear me out. If the Cowboys are looking to free up massive cap space, they could consider dealing Parsons to a team in need of an elite pass rusher. In return, Dallas could secure a bundle of draft picks, future assets, or even a veteran quarterback to help make a Super Bowl run. Now, let's be clear, this is a long shot. But in a world where every team is trying to maximize cap space and build for the future, we can't completely rule out the possibility of this trade, especially if Jerry Jones is looking for a major shakeup. Some possible suitors? Teams like the Miami Dolphins, the San Francisco 49ers, or even the Buffalo Bills, who are all in win-now mode, might be willing to give up a ton to get a player like Parsons. Now, while Parsons, Steele, and Clark are the big names, there are plenty of other candidates that could be traded this offseason. Let's dive into a few more names that are floating around the rumor mill. Ezekiel Elliott. First, we've got Zeke. It's no secret that Zeke has been a part of some trade rumors for a while now. With his large contract and the Cowboys' backfield deepening with Tony Pollard, could the Cowboys finally move on from their star running back? The team might be able to find a trade partner, possibly a team looking for a veteran presence in the backfield. Could we see Zeke in a new uniform next season? The chances are higher than you think. CeeDee Lamb. Could CeeDee Lamb be traded? As crazy as it sounds, there's a scenario where Lamb could be involved in a blockbuster deal. The Cowboys have a lot of money tied up in the wide receiver position, and if they get an offer they can't refuse, they might pull the trigger. DeMarcus Lawrence. Another veteran, DeMarcus Lawrence, might find himself as trade bait. With his cap hit and the Cowboys' depth at edge rusher, Lawrence could be the odd man out. A team in need of a pass rusher, like the Atlanta Falcons or the Las Vegas Raiders, could be interested. Now that we've covered the players, let's talk about potential trade scenarios. The NFL is a business, and we know how quickly things can change, but what does a Cowboys trade look like? Let's dive into what the Cowboys could get in return for some of these players. For a player like Terence Steele, expect a mid-round draft pick, maybe a 4th or 5th rounder. Teams always need offensive line depth, and Steele could be a valuable asset for a team on the cusp of playoff contention. For someone like Micah Parsons, the Cowboys would want a huge return. We're talking multiple first-round picks or a package of players and picks that could help the team win immediately. A team that could be willing to offer such a package? Teams like the Dolphins, 49ers, or Ravens, who are looking to take their defense to the next level. With Damone Clark, the Cowboys might be able to get a 4th or 5th rounder, but it's also possible that they move him in a trade package to sweeten the deal for another player, like a veteran receiver or a backup QB. Alright, Cowboys fans, there you have it. The trade rumors are flying, and while some of these names are a stretch, it's always fun to think about the possibilities. Could Terence Steele, Damone Clark, or even Micah Parsons be on the move? Only time will tell. But with the Cowboys in win-now mode, don't be surprised if Jerry Jones and the front office make a big splash this offseason. What do you think? Are you ready to see any of these players traded, or would you rather the Cowboys hold on to their core pieces? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more Cowboys news and updates, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.